Alright, welcome along to a new video. This one we're going to be talking about how to start dating again after trust is broken and some tips on healing and moving on. This is a big one. It's going to come in 3 parts, so let's get into it. Alright, part number 1 is going to be about healing from broken trust. So the first thing you have to do is acknowledge your feelings. Allow yourself to feel the hurt, anger or betrayal without judgment. Suppressing emotions delays healing. Journaling or talking to a trusted friend can help process those feelings. Number 2 is to take time for yourself. Avoid rushing into dating to fill the void. Focus on self-care, whether it's exercise, hobbies or therapy, to rebuild your emotional strength. Number 3 is to reflect on the experience. Ask yourself what happened and what you actually learned from it. Identify patterns in yourself and in others to avoid repeating them, but don't dwell on self-blame. Number 4 is to forgive for your own peace. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing the betrayal. It's about letting go of the resentment so it no longer controls you. This can take time and it doesn't require reconciliation. Number 5 is to rebuild self-trust. Trusting others starts with trusting yourself. Practice making small decisions and honouring your instincts to regain confidence in your own judgment. Number 6 is to seek professional support if needed. A therapist or counsellor can help you work through deeper wounds, especially if the broken trust has left you with anxiety or a fear of being vulnerable with other people. Number 7 is to limit contact with the person who broke your trust if possible, and avoid triggers like obsessively checking their social media. Protect your emotional peace at all times. Okay, so the second part to this is preparing to date again, and I've got some tips on that as well. Number 1 is to redefine what you want. Use this as an opportunity to clarify your values, deal breakers and goals in a relationship. Basically what matters most to you now. Number 2 is to start small. Ease into dating with low pressure situations like coffee dates or group outings, rather than jumping into something serious. This builds confidence gradually. Number 3 is to adjust your expectations. Accept that not every date will lead to a relationship, and that's okay. Focus on enjoying the process rather than forcing trust too soon. Number 4, and this is a huge one, be honest about your past. When you're ready, share your story with potential partners at a pace that feels comfortable. You don't owe anyone every detail, just enough to explain your perspective. Number 5 is to trust gradually. It's natural to be cautious. Let trust develop over time through consistent actions, not just words from the other person. Number 6 is an obvious one, and that is to watch for red flags. Pay attention to behaviours like dishonesty, inconsistency or disrespect. Your past experience can sharpen your ability to spot these early. And number 7 for this section is to stay open-minded. Don't let one bad experience define all future connections. Give new people a fair chance without projecting old fears onto them. And the last part of this here is moving on and thriving. So the first part of this is to focus on the present. Avoid comparing new people to your past, or you're obsessing over what ifs. Stay grounded in the moment to fully experience new possibilities. Number 2 for this one is to build a support system. Surround yourself with friends, family or a community who uplift you. Dating feels less overwhelming when you're not emotionally isolated. Number 3 is to celebrate small wins. Whether it's going on a first date or simply feeling okay being single, recognise your progress. Healing isn't a linear thing. Every step counts. Number 4 is to embrace vulnerability. Opening up again is scary, but necessary for connection. Start with small risks like sharing a personal interest and build from there. Number 5, let go of perfectionism. You don't need to be fully healed to date anyone. It's okay to be a work in progress. Just be honest with yourself and others about where you're at. And number 6 is to find joy outside of dating. Pursue passions, goals and friendships that fulfill you. A rich life makes dating an exciting addition, not a desperate need. So there we are. There are some tips and ideas about starting to date again. It is a scary thing. As you'll have seen in a past video of mine, one of the longer form videos, I shared a story about the last relationship I was in and the nasty behaviour that led to the end of that there. So like a lot of us are well justified to have broken trust and be scared to go down that path again of dating people. It's only a natural thing. But, people need people at the end of the day. So, hopefully these have helped someone out there. If they have, let me know what you think of them, and if you use any of them, if they help, let me know as well. I would love to hear any stories you might have. So, for me, I'm in the process at the moment of considering the whole dating thing again, and we'll just see where it goes. I've been flying solo for a long time now. I think you're probably talking about 10 years plus at this point. Thought it was always going to be the eternal bachelor, but again, people need people at the end of the day. And, there's only so much you can get from friendships and interactions with people online and whatnot. Like, you really need to get out there and have a personal connection with someone one-on-one. So we'll see how it goes. I am the work in process at the minute, so you'll probably hear about that on the channel if anything ever does come from it. But that's going to do it for this video anyway, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to share it along, do all good social media stuff. I will love you forever, and until the next one, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all then.